Oh, hey, what's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the mother-loving Geek Nation? You're currently tuning into the CultPop podcast, or I guess for this week it'll be CultPop with a Vengeance podcast, episode 56. A show where we talk about comics and movies and Santa-themed films and all the other things that scratch your nerdy little itches. Coming to you live from Young Junk.
Young Junk
HQ, a bomb-ass podcast production space in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. See, Len used to do a little song. It was like a cute little...
Young Junk.
Perfect. Actually, I love it. I'm your jolly host, Johnny Destructo of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, located at 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA 19127. It's what's a hamlet? What's a hamlet?
It's a small town.
It's a lovely little hamlet in the middle of Philadelphia.
How many people are there now?
300.
You can count fictional characters. Well more than 300 then.
In
all the comics.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like Manayunk is a hamlet.
Manayunk is a
hamlet. No, my comic
store
shop is a beautiful little hamlet in the middle of Manayunk.
I've totally reversed mine.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
We cater to you specifically, so come here and I'll cater directly to you. With me tonight to talk about stuff like movies about Santa is Brian Lieb.
Hi.
Noel couldn't make it because... I think my son got Manayunk sick. Got the entire hamlet sick. He's got whooping cough. He had whooping cough. And then my wife has whooping cough. And Noel's not feeling well. And Ray's not feeling well.
And contrary to the name, it's not pleasant. It's not good.
It's like whoopee.
Yeah,
no,
that would be whoopee
like,
cough.
Yeah, the whoopee cough.
It's different. Yeah. It's not really a cough.
Also in the booth is our trusty producer, Dylan. Dylan the Great. Remember, if anything goes wrong, Dylan did it.
Most likely.
Robert Monroe Jr. is doing exactly what we want, which is to chime up in the chat to let us know your innermost feelings and thoughts. So comment, like, subscribe, get in the chat. Robert Monroe Jr. says, "What's up, Cold Poppers? HNCBD."
And we all know that you know what that means.
Yeah, it means Hanukkah, new Hanukkah, bitches, daddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Is bitches possessive in that one? I've never been sure.
It is.
It is possessive.
I imagine that means Happy New Comic Book Day.
Huh. Yeah. Probably. I don't know, actually. Robert Monroe Jr., chime in the chat. Tell us which one of the two of those that means.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen
or if
of
it's
the
something
other.
else.
Yeah. And Eddie says, "Hello there. How are you doing?" Well, Eddie, I'm doing great. We are here to discuss Violent Night, which is a... It's Die Hard with Santa is basically the gist, right? Or Home Alone and Die Hard meet Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
It came out last year, but we never saw what?
Die Hard.
Was it Violent Night? Oh, okay.
I never saw that. I thought it would be cheating if we watched it just for the show.
Right. So I didn't bother.
And I never, it's not that I didn't bother, I just felt it wouldn't be the right thing to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't want to pretend like I'd seen it.
So we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to do a little bit that I like to call What You Been Up To This Week, Huh? I'm going to throw it to Brian.
Oh,
a very
unexpected.
Very personal question. And that is, what have you been up to this week, huh?
Well, JD, I'm really glad that you asked because I wanted to share something about it. And I saw Office Christmas Party for the second time. It's an excellent movie. It stars Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston, Olivia Munn, and it is...
And Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon. So here's the thing. Kate McKinnon, I was going to get into this a little later, but let's just be out with it.
I'm sorry. Anytime Kate McKinnon is in a thing, I like to acknowledge that Kate McKinnon is in a thing because I love her.
You
so
should.
much.
I'd actually forgotten. She is delightful.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in this movie, a lot of whom I did not know when
personally.
But yes, now I do know them. I saw it a couple of days ago.
The holiday Christmas party with them.
I did.
Yeah.
This is not a movie. This is my life.
All right.
There was that guy from After Party, the woman who was on SNL that
Vanessa
was also
Bayer.
On Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah.
Vanessa Bayer. Jillian Bell. TJ Miller.
I'm not sure who those people are, but they're probably awesome. And we're in this movie.
Yeah.
So the guy that was in Ant-Man
Randall Park. The guy with the
right?
he does the card trick.
Yes, he does do the card trick, and he was also in The Office.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was him. I forget. And there was also that other guy.
Rob Corddry.
Yes, he was in it. And there was another guy who I thought that I recognized.
Sam Richardson.
No, that was the guy from the after party.
Okay.
And the police detective from Only Murders in the Building.
Sam Richardson.
No. It was a woman.
Yeah.
Women can be detectives, JD.
Oh, shit, you're right. Oh, Divine Joy Randolph.
I believe so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
And another woman was in it too.
Welcome to the We're Just Going to List the Actors in This Movie podcast.
We're listing that there are actors in it.
Yeah.
And a vague description. So anyway, this movie is excellent. It's very funny.
Yeah.
It is, I saw it on second viewing, I thought it's really well constructed. Movie. Like it really flows. It moves from one thing to the next in a quick but unrushed sort of pace.
Yeah.
They seed things early in the plot that pay off later. You know what I mean? It all fits together. There's great elements that aren't just like, check out this weird thing.
Yeah.
But it is weird stuff too.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of fun. Jason Bateman is always funny.
I love him. I was so glad that he had a comeback. I don't think I really liked him in Teen Wolf 2.
Me too.
I remember loving that movie as well as Teen Wolf.
That guy from Teen Wolf 2 is in this movie.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And so when he made a comeback, I was like, oh, it's a Teen Wolf 2 guy. He's in a TV show, Arrested Development. I'll check that out. Yeah.
I don't think I knew that was him for a while after I saw Arrested. Like I knew Teen Wolf 2, and then I watched Arrested Development, and later was like, oh, that was Jason Bateman.
Oh, yeah.
I think he doesn't show it off as much here, but I think he's one of the best straight men in the business, comedy-wise. So good, so dry. And Jennifer Aniston is excellent in this.
I've never watched, I don't think, a full episode of Friends.
Okay.
But I have developed to love a crush on.
You find Jennifer Aniston attractive? How odd!
Not
you alone among people who were alive in the 90s.
Not just attractive, but I love watching her work. I don't think she gets enough credit because maybe because she's from Friends. I don't know, but like watching the morning show, I find her to be very watchable. Like just whenever she has great presence, I guess is what I'm saying.
She was also in a movie called Just Go With It with Adam Sandler.
I haven't seen it.
I was not interested in watching it. Yeah. That movie is amazing.
What?
It's really good.
So is it the one where like they're pretending to be married or something? Yeah.
And they pretend to be married. Others, they're just like mixing it up. No, they go to Hawaii. It's a really fun movie. Okay. I really enjoyed it. So, Office Christmas Party has, you should check it out. Add it to your
I've seen
normal.
It. I've seen it.
I saw it before I watched it again.
It's great. It's from 2016. I don't know who directed it though.
Probably that guy
who directs movies, Will Speck and Josh Gordon. But yeah, I was only interested in it because of Jason Bateman. I don't think I even knew that the rest of the cast was in there, but it's got a stacked cast.
Well, and a lot of them weren't
really funny.
That notable yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or they weren't that known yet, I should say. And yeah.
Yeah. I agree. This is a great movie.
A solid
I would like
movie,
to
right?
revisit it.
Yeah. Oh, and the guy that plays Santa is great. I don't know him from anything else.
No?
Before or since, but he's really fun. Yeah,
I'll have to check it out again.
It's great.
We Dylan in behind the booth there, peeking around behind the sausage. You've seen this movie?
I have seen this movie. It is a favorite.
Oh yeah, is it in every Christmas kind of movie?
Yeah. So I watched it for the first time maybe 2 years ago with my girlfriend's family, and
It's a very sexually charged movie.
Honestly, a little bit. Yeah.
No, it really is. But I wasn't kidding.
And the funny thing is that my girlfriend's mom had like she kept buying it, like different versions. Like she actually bought it,
like the
unrated version by accident.
Yeah.
So like on their TV, it was just like 5 different versions of that.
It's so funny.
But no, we watch it every year. I feel like it started off as a joke, like Office Christmas Party, yeah. But I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. It's it's the newest Christmas movie I've seen where I'm like, yeah, I want to watch this every year.
You haven't seen Spirited yet.
I have not.
I watched Spirited last year, I guess when it dropped, and that is wonderful. It's a great, very funny comedy musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's got
Will Ferrell
and
Ryan Reynolds.
Nice. Thank you. But yeah, it's great. I definitely recommend it. Do you have a favorite movie besides that one that you watch every year?
Christmas?
Because mine's Scrooged.
Okay.
Oh,
I like
I
Gremlins.
watched that too.
Love Scrooge.
I like Gremlins.
Gremlins is great.
I like I'm trying to think. They're the classics.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you don't even have to make an effort to watch Elf. You just will end up.
We've already
seeing
seen that one.
Exactly.
Christmas season.
Like you just see it. Like it's
We did have to make an effort. We selected it and played it. The Muppet Christmas Carol is a go-to every year for me.
I didn't
Maybe
see
my
it until
famous
last
version.
year.
Or is that right?
Last year was my
Did you
first
like
time. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was so good. That's the one with Michael Caine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, he's so great. I saw an interesting meme. What is it? Him and Tim Curry. Because they're both like really excellent roles in a Muppet film. And so I guess it was Muppet Treasure Island had Tim Curry. And then Muppet Scrooge, whatever.
Muppet Scrooge.
What's it called?
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Had Michael Caine. And I think it was Michael Caine works because he considers all the Muppets actors.
Yeah.
And Tim Curry works because he considers himself a Muppet.
Yeah,
which I thought was really fun.
good.
Yeah. But Scrooge is awesome. I can't wait to rewatch that this year. It's such a good movie. Office Christmas Party, is it streaming anywhere?
Yes.
Tell me where.
Where is it streaming? Oh, we had to rent it.
Oh.
We paid $3.79
Okay.
to watch this movie.
That was worth it, I think, right?
It was. Yeah. It was really it's a movie that you don't, like Dylan said, like you don't think it's going to be that much. It's like, oh, it's about an office Christmas party.
Yeah.
And then it turns out with a really solid story. And Jesus, it's not really Jesus, is right. Actually, it's not made clear. But it's a man dressed as Jesus riding a horse.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Thank you for asking. What I've been up to this week was Leave the World Behind, which is a movie that is streaming on Netflix right now. It's a 2023 American apocalyptic psychological thriller.
Whoa.
Produced, written, and directed by Sam Esmail, who...
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot!
Yes.
I've watched the first season of that show.
Oh, yeah.
The thing happened that I knew would happen, and I was like, oh, okay.
I was just thinking of your having guessed the thing that's going to happen and then not watching it earlier today.
Well,
and I don't know why, but and I was like, JD, mind JD.
Yeah.
It's really good after that too, for other reasons. Now the first season I think is the best, but it ends really well and it's good throughout. It's really
How many
throughout.
seasons is Mr.
4.
Robot?
Planned as 4. And then just done.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like when that happens. So anyway, Leave the World Behind is a movie directed by that gentleman.
Nice.
And it stars Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, Mahala, and Kevin Bacon. I didn't know anything about this movie other than it has that cast. And it was directed by the guy who did Mr. Robot. And I was like, oh, I like that first season well enough. Let me check this out. And it was actually, I put on the trailer, and then I got about 30 seconds into the trailer and went, whoop, never mind. I'm already in.
Yeah, but now you're going to tell us
Do you ever
all
do
about
that?
it.
You watch a trailer, and then you're just like, I don't want to see anymore because it's going to ruin it for me.
Is this the one where the couple knocks on the door?
Yes.
And they're like, this is our house?
Yes.
I know
Whoa.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but that trailer is awesome. I want
Right?
to see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So the story behind my viewing of this movie is that I haven't finished this movie yet. We watched it in segments of three little dollops, because we have a son who is 2 and has to go to bed, so we only get to watch a certain amount of screen a night. So we just, the way the world works, we watched it in 3 chunks. This morning we got up to finish the 3rd chunk, and we couldn't even do that because it had to get ready for work. So I'm still about 15 minutes from the end of this film.
What are you thinking so far?
It is amazing. I love this movie so much. The first thing that grabs me is the direction. It's first of all, it's divvied up into parts, which I like. I like when you get the big text on the screen. It's like part 1, the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that too.
just feels more literary that way, like you're reading a novel.
Yes, there's a certain import.
Yeah,
to it,
yeah.
You know, a gravity that it brings.
Yeah, it does. But yeah. I don't know why, but it does. I'm like,
Yeah,
ooh,
it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting serious.
And just the way that the film is shot, there isn't a 10-minute segment, I don't think, in this movie that doesn't have a really fun, inventive camera movement or way of telling the story that they're telling.
I was going to ask, is it,
Awesome.
you know, Mr. Robot was really good at that too.
I don't remember that element of it, but I believe
It had not so many interesting camera angles, but the way that it was filmed, it had this like indie kind of, this ephemeral sort of quality.
Yeah.
Not that it itself was, but so it was interesting to watch.
Yeah.
And I
No,
wondered
yeah.
if this was the same.
not only are the setup itself is very intriguing, the developments are nail biting. Some of it is so stressful, but just looking at it is fun because there's so many
Yeah,
different
yeah.
great camera movements. I highly recommend this movie so far.
That's cool. Right.
If
Now
I watch-
anything, you got 15 minutes and there have been movies.
Yeah,
You're
it's like the last 15 minutes. It's like, oh, it's a KKK rally. Cool. Like I might be disappointed.
Sometimes they'll just switch to like handheld camera footage.
Of the KKK.
Right? Or just other stuff. And it's like, why is this the same movie?
Yeah.
Countless movies have done this.
It's a trope at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So have you seen this?
No, I never heard about it until just now.
Now?
Yeah.
Are you interested? Have I done my job?
I am interested. I'll tell you what.
Good, because they paid me to do this.
Really?
No.
Well, how much? You have to disclose that.
67 cents.
Ooh. So I do want to see it. I would have been in, if not before, with the Sam Esmail mention, right? Like I was interested. The title is interesting, and then it sounds really cool. It sounds cool. I don't want to know too much about it.
Yeah, I would
was worried you were going to tell us everything for
no.
the last 15 minutes right now.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. If you haven't seen the movie, don't bother with the trailer. Just go on my say so.
Yeah, JD's
Just
word
do
is
it.
good enough for you for this.
Just trust me.
For this level of thing.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Not with your money or your feelings.
Maybe. Oh, really? That too?
Just my
Okay.
movie recommendations, really.
Yeah. You know, he's doing a Battlestar Galactica TV show coming up, and it was talked about a while ago, and I just kind of figured that was that, and it wasn't coming up any longer. But I heard about it recently again, and they're like, no, it's on schedule or whatever.
Do you think that you think the world is ripe for a Battlestar Galactica? I guess that was
I'm
like
ripe.
15 years ago, right?
It was a while ago, and it's not a reboot. It is within that universe.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be honest. That series finale got a lot of flack, but I loved it.
Did you?
I did.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked it too. I've said it, I think, on the show before. There were like two main storylines, the hard sci-fi and the mystical one.
Yeah.
I thought one of those wrapped up really well. And the other one, I was like, what's going on with that?
Yeah.
But as a whole, what top sci-fi shows.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Check it out when you get a chance. Leave the World Behind on Netflix.
Yeah.
Right meow. Are
We
we?
should keep watching this.
Well, again, maybe not right now.
Yeah. Or pause it and come back. As long as we have your word.
So yeah, type it in the chat that we have your word that you'll be back. So Violent Night
This is a binding contract.
came out in 2022. It is last year's Christmas movie, and we were going to talk about. Here's a little peek behind the sausage, as we like to say here on the show. Stop peeking behind my sausage.
All right.
We were going to watch.
Silent Night.
Was that what it was called?
Hey, Silent something. I
Silent
think
Night,
so.
right? Silent Night. It was another action movie that takes place in the Christmas times. And then we realized that it left the theater already. So we decided to skip it.
We
and
decided to skip it because we had
were forced
no way to watch
skip it. How about that? Yeah.
We just talked about what we thought it would have been like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violent Night came out last year, and we thought that was a fun one.
Readily
Let's talk about
available.
that.
Yeah.
Did you watch this movie last year?
No.
Did you watch it this year?
Was I supposed to?
Yes,
we covered that earlier, and I
cool.
did.
Yeah. So, Violent Night is a rated R film that says when a group of mercenaries attack the estate of a wealthy family, Santa Claus must step in to save the day. And Christmas. Wink.
Which is that day.
It is, yeah. It is. That's true.
It's Christmas Eve, actually.
That's true. It's
right?
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's true.
Directed by Tommy Wirkola, who did Dead Snow 2, Red versus Dead.
Christmas classic.
What happened to Monday? Oh, that was actually pretty good.
What did happen to Monday?
Oh, you got to watch the movie. It was pretty good.
Okay.
It was a good sci-fi movie. And Dead Snow,
that's
the original.
Very interesting to me then.
So there is.
No, I wasn't kidding. That has a sci-fi title. That is, yeah. Okay,
it's
cool.
good. It's a good solid. Yeah. All right. So the thing about Violent Night is I think it's just like it comes from the conversation. Oh, is Die Hard a Christmas movie because it takes place in Christmas?
Yeah,
I think everyone
recently. Like it took off.
Everyone decided that it is. I think, and now it's almost a joke. Like we don't care that you think it's a Christmas movie. It doesn't matter. But
it doesn't really capture the spirit of Christmas, but it does take place during Christmas time. Also, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Die Hard?
No.
Why
So I don't know.
Why am I surprised? God damn it. So I feel like this movie is a direct answer to if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, we'll just make a Die Hard Christmas movie.
Take that.
Specifically, where John McClane is Santa Claus.
The actual Santa Claus.
The actual Santa Claus, yeah.
So you do consider Die Hard and people are talking.
I do.
Why would we even talk about this?
What?
I said, why would we even talk about this?
Did you haven't seen the movie?
No, I mean, just people talk about it so much.
Yeah,
sometimes
it's a big thing.
You know what I mean? It became a big thing.
It was like a hot take, and then it wasn't a hot take, and now everyone's just bored with it.
Yeah, it's just kind of took people's fancy for a little while.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, let's get to it.
So I watched this movie in the theater last year when it came out, and I thought it was a bucket of fun.
Did you?
It was genuinely funny, genuinely violent. They definitely live up to the title.
Titular violence.
It is gory as all hell. And they also bring in a lot of elements from Home Alone, which I think was a lot of fun.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
What did you think of Violent Night?
I've made a list of things that I did not like about this movie.
Is it just one thing?
No.
That it was this not as long enough?
This not is long enough. I
damn
said it. I screamed it out at the end to the heavens. Yeah. But the heavens on the other side of the world, at the, those are the ones I was talking to. So I actually yelled it at the ground.
Gotcha.
I knew it would get through. Anyway, I didn't like this movie.
Oh, why not?
I thought it was a mess.
Is it because you're Jewish?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, this just appalls me. Everything about it.
Yeah.
This guy in red acting like a hero.
Yeah.
No, as you know, JD, as you well know, I celebrate Christmas as well as a secular holiday. I'm not appalled by it.
Okay.
I love it. So this movie, though, I didn't like.
Oh.
I thought it was kind of a mess of a story where if it had been tightened up, some extraneous elements removed, maybe, and the dialogue was better, maybe it could have been.
And had different actors.
No, David Harbour was great.
He was great. He was great as Santa Claus.
The guy that played the dad was cool. The kid was cool. Actually, they're all good. Yeah. The sister is a very funny person who I've seen or heard in other things.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't for you.
It just wasn't for me.
All right. Well, hold up there.
Yeah.
Hold up there.
I'm holding.
We're gonna get to spoilers in a minute.
Okay.
But wow, I'm surprised.
Now Tamara watched it too, and she had a very slightly different opinion. She did not think it was redeemable in any way. In fact, I was like, no, this could be good. Like that's the thing of it is this script, this idea, and he's good as Santa. And she was like, no, there's no room in my mind. She didn't like the gore either.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't super into it, but they didn't.
You don't like gore?
It depends. Yeah. Some of it was fine. Some of it I was like, oh my god,
ouch.
Yeah.
You were taken aback.
I was aback.
Yeah,
I was taken aback.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go aback.
They forced me there.
I was taken.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess
we can still talk about it though.
I mean, we have to.
We don't have to.
So I
sit here in silence.
I recommend Violent Night if you like Die Hard movies, if you like action films, and you like David Harbour kicking ass. I think it was a fun movie.
I would recommend it on that level as well. If you like David Harbour kicking ass, and you want to see that, you should watch this movie.
That's good. I mean, what were you expecting?
That it would be better.
Okay.
Like I thought it would be a cool movie. I was interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
There was some more plot related, like flashbacks and what have you that I was like, What was going on there? Why didn't you do a little more of that? Why didn't you do something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go start with that.
Yeah.
Why don't you start with that?
So you
Then
don't
done with
recommend
that.
the movie unless you want to watch a movie that you don't
this
like.
movie, watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, right. If you think that this is the kind of movie you would like, you could like this movie.
Listen, he's not going to stop you.
Which is not what recommend means, right?
Yeah.
So you asked me a question and I didn't answer you.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't recommend it, but I could see people, like if somebody said like, do you know a movie of such and such characteristic? I might say, you should check out Violent Night.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Maybe JD liked it.
Yeah.
They say, who's that? Unless they know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're another human
He's just
being.
some guy. Yeah.
Right.
What's
it to them?
He's important too.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't downplay JD.
Yeah, his
because you don't
opinion
know.
matters just like yours. He's real.
Let's get into spoilers.
Here we go.
I kind of thought our lead up to this would be a little longer, but let's get into spoilers because I'm dying to know what's on your
My list.
Your naughty list.
naughty list.
Did you check it twice?
No, I just wrote it.
See, that's
Some of
why-
it might be misspelled.
that's why you're not
Yeah, I'll check it
fancy.
right now as I read it. Checking. I'm just using it.
All right, let's go through your notes.
Here we go. It's the password to my. Here we go.
Go on, I'm
So
ready.
here we go. My
I'm
naughty
prepared.
list.
Yeah.
All right. They don't do a good job setting up Santa's deal.
Okay.
What are his powers? Right?
Yeah.
He's old. He's immortal. Could clearly be hurt. Can he do anything? He taps his nose. He doesn't go. He lays a finger aside his nose, like in that poem.
Yeah.
You know, that's how he activates the chimney thing. But it doesn't work at first.
Now, are you confused as to why it doesn't work?
Well, I guess he just didn't have the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the main thing. It was just like his general, like, they don't define what as Santa he is, right? Like how much is he a regular guy that is doing this? And how much is he, because I go in, he's the real Santa. I'm expecting him to be impervious to all manner of weaponry.
Well, has that ever been exhibited in any Santa story ever?
Yeah, I mean, we act something out at Christmas sometimes. You know, it's like a nativity, but with Santa
But with
standing up
nukes.
to weaponry. Yeah. He's fine. No, I just assumed, right? Because he's immortal.
Yeah.
He's got something, right? And I
Got
would
the Christmas
think
spirit.
Santa, nobody would want to stab Santa, right? I assume. But I don't think it would be a problem for him.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
All right.
I don't know. But I wanted it to be defined in this movie, right?
Okay.
Like, does he have any? I expected him to have some sort of power. You know what I mean? Like, he can do this with snow or something. I don't know what he would do. But I thought the opening scene with he's in a bar.
Yeah.
And it's setting up that he's disgruntled.
Yeah.
I thought that could have been done in the house. The one, you know, he goes there, maybe a quick series of him going to houses being like they do.
Yeah.
And show it in that way. And maybe even open up with what they show in flashbacks extremely rarely.
A very tiny scene.
Like
yeah.
nothing. He was a Nordic warrior and he wasn't a great guy.
Yeah.
And he is now Santa.
Yeah.
Right. And there's maybe a total of like 35 seconds
Yeah.
of that.
Pretty quick. It's pretty quick.
Flashbacks that are that, maybe a minute. I thought a little bit more about that at some point.
And do they
Could have been really
explain
interesting.
how he became Santa?
He repeatedly says, I don't know how it works, which I think was an okay way of getting out of. We're not talking about the magic or what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't show much of anything. They showed he was a bad guy. He's now Santa, but he's not happy about being Santa anymore. He's like worn out. So anyway, it's the next thing on my list.
All right, let's go.
Why would the fire... So this is later this is at the end of the movie, right?
Climax.
The climax, or directly post-climax. Santa's been shot a bunch of times.
Yeah.
He falls down, and he's in the snow, and he's dying.
Yeah.
And they say, he's dying.
Yeah.
You got to keep him warm. So they build a fire, but I don't think fire is the cure for
Yeah.
various bullet wounds.
That is
Right?
a very weird. Yes.
Right? Like if he's warm.
That was the one that stuck with me, and I was like, "What are you guys doing?
Right.
What?
Also, they burn the money, and
Yeah.
she's like, you just burned $500,000. They previously said it's $300 million.
Well, that was one of the bags.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's very upset. They still have $299.5 million.
But they are terrible people.
Yeah, I
Right,
guess.
like that
She would be
entire family
pissed.
sucks.
She would be pissed. The dad's okay.
Even he was a thief.
He stole from. He's like Robin Hood of the Christmas movie.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No,
But
yeah,
but he
that-
gave to himself.
That
It was
scene with
already
the
written.
fire was like,
How would that help him?
yeah, what?
He's
Okay.
not. That's not. They don't. When you go to the hospital, right? They don't put a fire
build a
next
fire.
to you, right? And he's a magic man that lives in the cold, right? You could see it helping because of the magic, but they don't get into how his magic works or if it exists.
He's a magic man that
Right?
lives in the cold.
He is.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, it's one of his things.
Yeah.
So then we've got the Mrs. Claus subplot, which is brought up kind of at one point late in the movie. He says to the girl, the little kid, he's like, you know, marriage takes work.
Yeah.
We've been together a long time.
Yeah.
So do you still love her? He's like, I still love her. That was it. There was like kind of, it seemed like there was like an issue that he had to overcome.
Oh.
But then at the end, she sends him a note with a hammer to let you know everything's okay.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need the hammer anymore. It's just nice to have while he visits the kids' houses, I guess. You know? Yeah. It's because he likes it. It's his old hammer.
It's for the naughty list.
All right. No more coal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't bother me. That felt like you can see they show you enough of his character as he is now to know that everything is miserable for him.
Yeah.
So I imagine that the way that he interacts with his family, his wife, I don't know, elves, that he's kind of a piece of shit.
Oh, you think he pushes the elves?
Recently, he just kind of trips him, laughs at him.
Yeah. He always did
right
it,
into
but it
the
was fun
reindeer
before.
droppings, you know.
Oh my god.
So that didn't bother me with like the Mrs. Claus stuff. It just felt like this guy's going through something. It's affecting his home life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, and then the last one I have for my list is actually little late for the hammer, Mrs. Claus.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Send him one earlier.
Yeah, like right at the climax of the film. Oh, and the like badass type dick and fucking jokes. They're like, we know his social security number, his dick size. It was like, oh, this guy sure is a badass.
Yeah.
They've proven it.
So it's
John Leguizamo.
Little edgelordy, I guess. Is that what?
I guess, or just paltry.
Yeah.
Version of that thing. And this was the grandmother was from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the mom.
Yeah. And see, it was funny because she cursed.
What? Like in Airplane, where June Cleaver?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was her line?
She spoke jive, actually.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well.
So anyway, yeah, he had a cool suit.
Oh, the suit was
the red
great.
leather. That was pretty cool.
I thought that it was very fun. I really liked all the Home Alone elements, even though that was kind of
so
brutal.
Gory. That part, when it's Santa doing it, it's like, all right, Santa. When it's the little girl doing it, I was like, my God.
She's a monster.
I mean, she was having fun. It was,
I will agree that some of the dialogue is very trying a little too hard to be like tough, right?
Yeah.
But also I feel like that character.
Yeah.
Right. So John Leguizamo, the bad guy.
Yeah. Hates Christmas.
His whole thing is that he hates Christmas because of Christmas ruining his life.
And he wants a lot of money.
And he wants a lot of money.
Yeah.
But like, he's already sort of in an Arrested Development stage. He went to jail as a young person and was in there for a long time because of a misunderstanding that happened on Christmas.
Yeah.
And so he is sort of that kind of character to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been juxtaposed better with Santa's malaise as well. Yeah.
But I wasn't bothered by what Santa's abilities actually are. I thought they handled it fine. I wasn't confused or wondering what was happening. They
were pretty low level.
Yeah.
But
right.
I guess going into it,
I think that's the whole John McClane aspect.
He's a regular guy.
Right. Yeah. You have to make your Santa Claus as vulnerable as you can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just him, doing this to everybody and sending them through chimneys. How'd you like that
was pretty cool.
The finishing move?
When he took him through the chimney.
That was awesome.
But he doesn't have the magic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
I think Santa could if he wanted to. Like if he took a child up the chimney, I think it would be fine.
Oh, right. Yeah. He would be able to protect the kid.
Yeah. He just did not want to do that.
Yeah. Did anybody out there see this movie?
David Harborough?
Did you see Violent Night, Dylan?
I have not seen this movie.
God damn it.
Dylan, is this the kind of movie you think you would like?
It's yes.
Then you should watch this.
You should watch it.
I'll check it out. Is it streaming anywhere?
Yes, I paid $3.79 for it.
It's on
Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
It's also you can purchase it through Apple TV Plus,
Okay.
or I assume $3.79.
I don't have
Not sure.
Amazon. Don't have Apple TV.
You don't have Amazon?
I don't have Amazon Prime.
Well, no, you have to pay for it, so I don't think that. If you have an
Yeah.
Amazon account, you might be in.
I might be in.
You could just watch a different movie. If it's a lot of movies.
I can. I'm allowed.
Well, it's not. I'm just letting you know about the possibility, but yes.
Awesome.
I'm trying to remember. The Krampus character was so familiar to me.
Krampus.
The guy who giggles a lot and sings, and he gets to kill the hostages at the end.
He was in. We looked it up. I looked it up, and we're gonna look things up together, each taking.
Was
half
he
of
in
the
Christmas
keyboard.
Story?
He was in a movie. He was in something that is very, very different from this, where he also plays a bad guy. Anyway, Santa had a cool vest, right?
have a cool vest.
He had a cool vest.
Yeah.
I would have liked some more about Santa's deal, if you're going to bring it up at all.
Yeah.
Right? Why show these? Got all the tattoos and everything.
I wonder if maybe that was something they wanted to leave if they ever did a sequel.
Oh.
Right? They'll touch on it. They'll show you, give you a little taste, wet your
Santa's
beak a little,
origins might be-
and then maybe it would be a prequel that shows all that stuff. Maybe they were
I should hope
building
so. Or
towards.
one of those movies where some of it is in the present,
Yeah.
some of it takes place in the past. Stories are intertwined. Mm-hmm. You know that?
Yeah.
That old Highlander TV show.
I would watch another Violent Night.
Would you? What would they call it though? Violent Night 2. I don't know. They got some other Christmas thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. We don't have to think of it for them.
Yeah.
If they do it, they'll come up with something.
Oh, here we go. Dane says, we watched it recently and definitely like David Harbour in this much better than the Hellboy remake. Hey, hold on a second. Oh, hold a second. I really like the Hellboy remake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if it's a remake. It's just another Hellboy story starring
thing.
different folk.
I would say that second adaptations
Yeah.
of things are not remakes. I
Right.
would not call them remakes.
That's what
They're
I'm
not a
saying.
remake of a previous movie.
Right.
They are both at the same level, tree-wise,
Yes.
of removed from the original story of
yeah.
make. Right.
Yeah.
It's just another make.
I concur, Doctor.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad someone liked it, Dane. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
He didn't like that other movie you liked,
What other movie?
Hellboy.
Oh, that's right, Hellboy. Damn it, you just had to
Yeah.
remind me.
Or he just thinks David Harbour is better in this one.
Oh.
Out of two stellar performances,
I
one is
wouldn't say
better.
it was stellar. But if you're going to get a Hellboy that's not the original guy, Ron Perlman,
Yeah.
you can do worse than David Harbour.
Yeah, like Woody Allen.
Yeah, Beverly D'Angelo.
Right, maybe not the
Terrible
right
Hellboy.
choice.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm always open, but yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we want to discuss? That was a quick episode.
Well, I mean, was there anything else that you liked about it? Any moments of joy for you in this?
I mean, I just like all the violence. I thought it was.
yeah. See, that doesn't win me over.
If I'm going to see a Violent Night movie, it's got to be violent. If I went into this movie and everything was cutaways and you didn't really see it,
Yeah.
I would have been like, well, no, don't call it Violent Night.
And it took place at night,
It did.
right?
It did.
Yeah. So both things were fulfilled.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah, I think it's just the right amount of silly, right amount of references to other Christmas movies. I thought it was a good popcorn time. You know.
Oh man, I totally, completely forgot what I was going to say about this movie.
We're doing so good. We miss you, buddy.
The violent aspect, the violent thing, is a turn on for you. For me, it's like
that's the night I made my son.
it was violent. Wait, what?
As soon as we got home from this movie, I was like, "We're gonna."
You
make
made
a
him,
baby.
and like from clay.
Yes.
After having had sex the previous day.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then you're like, let's get down to this business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I know how that happens.
You read about it?
I mean,
You've
roughly.
seen videos.
Not a doctor, despite what you said earlier. That's not the kind of doctor. So.
I'm not a sex doctor.
No, I'm not a sex doctor. Hey, have you seen, there's a billboard. I'm going to give some free advertising to this guy, kind of. There's a billboard that says, have great sex. And I see as, with Dr. Paul Gittins, but it just says, it's on 76, just says have great sex, Dr. Paul Gittins. He's probably a doctor that helps you with, improving or having a good sex life.
Yeah.
Could be great at it. Have great sex with Dr. Paul Gittins.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I have not seen that. Although it reminds me of, what was it? I Hate Steven Singer. Remember those?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know what.
a jeweler. I don't know.
He's a jeweler. He has such low prices.
That everyone hates
He
him.
purports that other jewelers hate him. Yeah. And now we're talking about him.
It's true.
Yeah.
Good marketing.
But let's have great sex with Dr. Paul Gittins.
Okay.
Right?
I will.
And I don't take my word for it. But whereas the violence for you is a thing that you're into, I often find it like, this is a thing that I may get past to enjoy a movie. In some cases, it could be fun. Like, there was an extremely violent, like, over the top. Renfield.
Yeah.
That we saw, right? Very over the top. Very fun, though. And
So that one you liked.
yeah.
Which is even more, I mean, that is comically
Here's the thing.
gory.
This one was more gritty in some ways,
This one,
right?
yeah.
Like that one you see heads get kicked
Arms
off or whatever, arms are
people
ripped off.
murdered with someone else's arm.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so
It's like a cartoon.
exactly. It's so over the top and it's not human. It's not that human of a pain that you see.
see.
Whereas in this one, like a nail goes through the guy's head and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Although that
Yeah.
was one of those gags I didn't appreciate either because the guy is getting murdered slowly with Home Alone traps.
Yeah.
And he takes a nail out of his butt
right.
and holds it up like this to look at it.
Oh yeah. Well, you want to look at the nail that bit you.
Right? Like
Yeah.
It was such just like a cheesy setup for
It was a
we
bowling
know that
ball
that's
hit
gonna
him.
go. Yeah, the bowling ball hits him and bumps.
Probably
right
would have
in
killed him anyway, even if he wasn't
Just the bowling
looking
ball,
at the
yeah.
nail.
Yeah.
The whole Home Alone sequence. I was like, oh, this is like Home Alone, and I think Tamara said like, it's obviously Home Alone. Like, yeah, that's what they're doing. She's like, but it's not fun.
Yeah.
it's like gruesome.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm a monster.
you know what I heard recently? Monster comes from a word that means like a spirit of some kind. Oh, an omen.
Oh,
Oftentimes an ill omen, but maybe not always. So
that's where monster comes from?
yeah, apparently.
Oh, I had no idea.
I'll look it up.
Oh.
While you just talk about the word monster. So yeah. So you know what? Everything you're fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, don't listen to Brian. My opinion's better than his. So you should go see the movie.
You can
Go to your couch and see the movie.
yeah. I mean that's fine. Or you could listen to me about this.
Another Christmas movie that came out this year is It's a Wonderful Knife if you need another violent seasonal movie. Dane,
How was it?
I am very excited to see It's a Wonderful Knife. I haven't even seen the trailer for it. I just like the name so much that I'm just automatically going to watch it as soon as I can track it down. I think it might be streaming on Shudder or something.
This one had a good name too.
Violent Night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Dane, how did you like It's a Wonderful Knife compared to how you liked Violent
Night?
Yes.
Sub question: have you seen Better Watch Out? Better Watch Out is an awesome. I don't even know if it's a horror. It's kind of a horror movie. It's barely a horror movie. It's like a horror action thriller, which is very, very good. It's about a babysitter and a little boy who get beset upon by home invaders, and there's a nice little twist in it that I won't ruin. Not for you, but I really liked it. Highly recommend. Better Watch Out. It is a
What's the
blast.
twist?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Is it that he's the guy from It's a Wonderful Life?
Yes.
It's
It's
George
Jimmy
Bailey.
Stewart.
Oh, it's Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. Yeah. He just is he's Weekend at Bernie'sing around the movie set.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
thought he would
What about
talk,
Monster?
Oh, Monster. I found out the derivation, the etymology from the Latin monstrum, divine omen. Especially one indicating misfortune. A portent, sign, or abnormal shape, or monster, monstrosity. Even earlier, monare, to remind or bring to one's recollection from the Proto-Indo-European, we surmise. Moneia, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that, to make, think of, or remind.
Interesting.
Funny how things
Evolve.
and
Yeah,
change.
that's neat.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. I guess we did it.
That's it. I can do Jimmy Stewart impression.
Oh, no. Oh, great. Please.
Hi. I'm Jimmy Stewart. No. Well, I don't have your money here. It's in Bill's house.
Oh, that's pretty
Dan's
good.
house.
Actually, wow.
JD, what do you think would have happened if we'd never had the show?
That's really good.
What a dark and somber world.
That's really
But
good.
it's not that.
Damn it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. I guess Dane's done talking to us. That's all right, Dane.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're done talking to you anyway.
All right.
Are we done? Did we do it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Dylan, anything you want to say to the people before we head out?
Did you do any impressions?
Happy holidays, everybody.
Oh, that's
So,
nice. Oh, yes. Happy holidays. This is our
Yeah,
last
whatever.
show before Christmas.
It's a Wonderful Knife definitely leans into its cheesy approach to a horror Christmas movie. That doesn't answer the question, Dane.
Yeah, way to evict.
The question was, do you like it better than
Yeah.
Violent Night?
Yeah. I didn't say what does it lean into as
Yeah.
something to what.
He might not be watching in real time.
Well, how's he answering?
Oh, wait, what?
Is this like
I
a
don't know.
sophisticated
He might be watching
prediction?
the stream like a couple minutes behind.
It's true.
Oh, I thought you meant he'd written all these years earlier.
No, he's light years ahead of us.
So here's what's happening. We're cutting it short today now.
Yeah.
Because we're about to do another show for next week. Because next week we're not going to be in studio. We're going to record the show in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
And we're going to just put it out there for you guys
Because
to
of that.
enjoy. Hopefully it'll be better than this show that we just did.
I mean, that would be great
because
about
this was a
every
mess.
show.
I apologize. I'm off my game. I miss Noel, maybe. I guess that's it.
Maybe that. Now, I want you all to know that I'm on my game.
Yeah.
And JD can suck it.
Okay.
And no, I thought it was a great show, but here's what I really want everyone to know is that JD brought a change of clothes so that he would appear to be, it's like a whole other time that we were recording this. And then he told everyone that we're about, now I didn't bring a change of clothes. So we're going to do this now. JD will be in a different set of clothes moments after this episode, which now you all know.
But if they're not watching this episode first,
Yeah. They'll never know.
they'll never know.
Well, unless they get to this part of this episode.
It's true.
They watch it out of order.
They're like, oh, they swindled me.
Yeah.
God damn it. Anyway, thanks so
Swindled
much.
them out of knowing what was happening. What was it?
No, if they watch the other episode and then this episode.
Then they would become swindled.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I apologize. We're the next one's going to be
Apologize
great.
for nothing about this.
3 out of 5 stars for It's a Wonderful Knife and 4 out of 5 stars for Violent Night.
Whoa.
Says Dane.
Interesting.
Oh, so definitely don't watch it, Brian.
But what if I like
here's the
things
thing.
about it that
I don't
he
know,
disliked?
I don't know if we can get a zoom in on Brian.
Yeah.
But it is darling.
Yeah.
That when he laughs so hard, sometimes
yes.
he cries.
I do sometimes.
He's got
Yeah,
tears
I
streaming
do.
down his face.
I love it.
It's so cute.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, and we'll talk at you later. Oh, next week we're going to be talking about
It's in a matter of minutes.
Klaus.
Yes.
It is a graphic novel by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. Join us.
It's about the origin of Santa and other stories.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We love you, and we'll talk at you later.